Okay guys, so this is the second part of the video. So, when I started talking about someone that he didn't like while we were dating, you know, but while we were dating there was nothing I could do because I'm loyal. Not gonna lie, I'm loyal, I'm faithful, So when I'm with you, I'm with you. If you mess around with me, I'm not gonna go messing around. No, I'm gonna break up with you, alright? So, you know how people say, if you play games, I play games? No, I don't play games. I break up with you on site or, whatever. But you will hear my voice. I will break up with you through phone because it's not as childish because I didn't know when I was gonna, when we're gonna see each other. So if I have to, I will break up with you through phone. As long as you can hear my tone of voice, I'm okay with that, right? So this is going on. He was still trying to make me jealous, and I don't know. So it just sucks because he hurt me more than anyone else could, and I told him everything, and it's just how many days of my life I wasted with someone that probably didn't even care for me. And it just sucks because I still can't move on. Like, I was that stupid that yesterday I tried talking to him, and the day before something had happened. So yeah, I don't know. It just all happened so fast. I couldn't see myself without him. And I started talking about this one guy who, while me and him were in a relationship, something like this guy had touched my butt, and I had told him. And so yeah, and I would go to that guy's house and stuff because he's a friend of my brother. So yeah, and so I started talking about him. I'm like, dude, this dude's cute and da 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 da. And I was like, I'm going to his house. So, and every time I would say something like that, he would look at me and he's like, and so my friend, he told me that my ex had said he liked someone else, one of his exes, and that he still liked me and he didn't know who. And so I had asked my ex, I was like, look, can we talk? And so we were talking, and I was like, so you're done with me? He's like, I'm just not ready for a relationship and this and that. And so my friend had asked us if we wanted to go to his practice with him, right? He plays baseball. So I said no because I was still trying to talk to my ex, but my friend and my ex both said yes. So we went, and I was like, alright, I guess. So we went, and then when we got there, there was a park, and so they wanted to go. So I was like, alright, okay, whatever. Hopefully it'll be fun. So we walked to the park, all three of us, and keep in mind, it's my ex. Like, what am I supposed to do? So we were just walking to the park, and we had been broken up for a day, right? So we walked to the park. Sorry, I keep saying that a lot. And they got there, they went to the swings, and I walked to the back table because there was 3 different tables that were like picnic tables, I guess. And so I went to go sit at one, and I wanted to be with them, but then I didn't because I didn't want it to be weird, because I felt like I was being too annoying and sounding too desperate. So that's not me, So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave y'all there and I'm gonna come over here. So I came over here and I was on my phone, and then my ex and my friend both came, and my friend's like, if you want to be there, you can be there, but come on, the swing's over here and it'll be fun. And my ex is like, no, we're not gonna, like, I'm not going if you don't go, like, just get off your phone. And he's like, of course the phone's more important. And like, he didn't want to leave me alone. And I was like, oh my god, like, dude, come on, you don't want me, like, just leave me alone. Because I still liked him and everything, and it just, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish there. Like, he knew I still liked him because I had told him, like, if I asked you, what would you say? And he's like, I would say no. So I was like, alright. So I just, like, sounded so stupid, made a fool out of myself, embarrassed myself. Also, like, you know, I just told him all my emotions and how I felt. And so I told him, I was like, so did I just, like, make myself sound dumb or something? And he never answered. And I mean, there was just this huge urge where I just wanted to hug him, hold his hand, you know, call him babe, you know, tell him I loved him. But, you know, and so we were at the park and he didn't want to leave me alone. And you know, I don't know. And so I was just, like, on my phone, bored. And then he's like, Daya, just come on, and this and that. And then, like, yeah, after 10 minutes, they walked away. They got on the swing. And I was just bored, and I was, like, walking towards the back of the park thing, and they're like, where are you going? And I was like, oh, nowhere. And, I mean, it was a pretty day, so I didn't want to waste my time, you know, doing nothing. So I was just, like, messing around with the trees. And then, like, there was this dude. My friend's dad came and asked us, like, what we wanted, and my friend was like, my friend's boyfriend's dad came, and so my friend's like, I mean, I'm thirsty, and his dad gave us $3 each, and he's like, you guys could walk to the store. It was 3 of us, so it was okay. So us 3 walked, and you know, he kept calling me a bitch, like, half the time, you know, and he was like, Daddy, you're annoying and stuff. And I was like, how do you stand yourself doing this? Calling me a bitch, telling me fuck you, after, like, literally not even 32 hours ago you told me you loved me, you know? So I was like, you're complicated, kid. And so I was just like, whatever, you know, I just shook it off. And so there was this other kid, and he's 14, right? Yeah, he's 14. So we came back, and them two were walking to the bleachers to go give my friend's boyfriend's dad his money back. And they walked together, and I while we were walking, my ex was like, that dude looks like he wants to fight or something. And so I was just like, alright, you two could talk, I'm just gonna leave y'all alone. So I walked back to the dude, and I was like, hey, you know, that's my ex. Like, I don't know, I just started telling him everything. And I ended up telling him, like, you know, what's going on and stuff. And he's like, yeah. And so, you know, this kid was there. And towards the end, so we were all gonna spend the night at my friend's boyfriend's house, right? But what's it called? My ex was like, nah, I'm probably not gonna spend the night. And then my friend's like, so you're not gonna do what you said? And I was focused on my phone, so I really didn't care. And then this dude that I don't even know his name, he's like, what, the thing where you were gonna play with her, like play her heart? And as soon as I heard that, this was me. And I got up and I walked out of there, or not out of there, but like I walked to in front of where they were practicing, and I was just sitting there, and my friend came up to me and just like he didn't mean it like that, it was a joke. And my ex was like, no, he didn't even know, like, dude, come on, like, don't do this, like. And I was just like in a mood already, so I just wanted to go. And we had been there for like 3 hours, so I was just mad, like, how could you do that, you know, knowing I still have feelings for you and stuff. And so and then he's like, I was like, so are you spending the night? Like, towards the end, because, my brother just asked me if I can make him corn dogs. And I was just like, I mean, time to get over it, because there's really no point where I should be mad, because I'm not gonna let you do that, you get me? So I had just knew myself, like, I don't know. So I was like, so are you gonna spend the night? And he's like, no, I already texted my dad to come pick me up. Like, I'll tell him when I'll be there, but I told him to pick me up when I'm there. I was like, oh, okay. So, like, you know. And then he's like, my dad's gonna pick me up at 9:30. Because when we were leaving, I was like, can you ask, like, one more time if we could spend the night? And he did. And his dad's like, no, sorry. You should have told me earlier that you were gonna spend the night. And so I was like, and so we were at that freaking park for 3.5 or 4 hours. So I was tired. So I was like at my friend, I was like, should I put my head on his shoulder, or should I, like, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, after that I was just like, nah. And then I was like, should I just ask? And then she's like, yeah. And so I asked him and he said, yeah, sure. So then I did. And then we stopped at Jack in the Box. After getting some tacos, we stopped at Jack in the Box, and his dad got off. My friend's dad got off. And, what's it called? So we were all just in there. And then my friend, she got on the phone with her mom. And so I grabbed my ex's hand, like, not holding her or nothing. This was me. I was like, and so he just let me, like, you know. And so I bent his fingers, like, trying to pop it or whatever, because, like, I just needed to grab his hand or something. So I just got his hand and I was doing that. And then, what's it called? We were just messing around with our hands. And so then we were doing this handshake that I did with my old friend. And so, like, you know, and this did this and that. And so we were just doing it, and then I, like, stopped. And then when we were entering my friend's, like, street or something, I put my head back on his shoulder, and then he did this to me. So, like, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but, like, when I go on road trips with my family, I'll, like, put my head on my sister, brother's shoulder, and then they'll just, like, you know, they'll put their head on me so we can, like, go to sleep, right? So then I did that to him, and my friend's like, I mean, I looked at him and he smiled at me, but not when he put his head, right? So I was like, okay, you know. So then I just, like, I missed the feeling because he put his head on me. So I was like, that feels nice, you know, I miss you and all. So I didn't tell him any of that. So then we got off, and then my friends, the couple, were gonna eat, and he was standing right there, and I come to him and I'm like, go upstairs so we can talk. And so we went upstairs, and then I was like, I forgot what we were gonna talk about. So then we were just there, and then he went back downstairs, and he came back upstairs, and so he just, like, he went like this to me, and so then I went like that back, and then we were just doing that, and then I got under the blanket, and so did he. And then I pulled it because, like, I saw that he was taking it, so then I pulled it back, and so then he was just, like, pulling it, and then I tickled him, and he was, like, messing with me like that, right? And so then we were just like that, and, like, I didn't want it to go on for, like, a while because, you know, and so keep in mind he had to go in, like, a little bit, and then my friends got back into the room, and we were still doing that. And then, like, I was laying down, right, and then he goes like this, and he's like, go to sleep, and he's like, I'm gonna put you in a headlock. And I was like, whatever, because he wasn't choking me or nothing. He was just like that, like, trying to hug me, but I wasn't up, so he was just like that, right? And so I was just there, and then he laid down, like, he still had his arm on me, on my neck, and then he was just laying down like this. And so I ended up like trying to do that, like tickle him, because my, like, I put my arm over his back to grab his stomach like that. And so I just like left it there, and it didn't hurt me or nothing, so I just left it like that, right? And then he ended up coming around me, over me like this, like he was like this. And so he came around me, and then I ended up like pulling him, and you know, that had happened. And then he ended up laying down, and I was bored because like we weren't doing nothing, we were just laying down. And then I ended up like tickling him, and in the moment, so I was like this, and his head was like this, right? So he was looking this way, so he was like this, right? But like that. And then I was like this, so he was on the opposite side, but like this, you know? And then all of a sudden, we both go in for a kiss, and we're just kissing, and I just didn't know what to do. And then I got up and I was like, no, that never happened, like, this didn't happen, you know, nothing happened, right? And then I was like, I got back on the bed and I was like, I can't do this. And so then we kissed, and then I told him, let me close the door. And so we were just kissing, and then he got up and like he was about to go. So we kissed, and then we hugged for like 3 seconds, and he left, you know. So I was just, and then the next day he started posting stuff about this app where people were like, you and Daya were a cute couple, like you should have stayed with her, and this and that. And I was over here like, I mean, that's people's opinion, so I didn't care, you know. And then I ended up asking him, because I have a screenshot of something, and he's like, y'all so in my business, something like that, and I'm gonna be me and get girls and stuff. And so I don't know how or why, but he just turned into a hoe. Like, he even called himself Playboy, his name. And I was like, that's stupid. Like, nobody's gonna like you if you're a hoe. And then my friend, he's like, one of our other friends, like, he's like, it's summer and this is when all the hoes come out, so no guy wants to be in a relationship right now. And I was like, that sounds true. So I was just like, whatever, you know. And then I tried talking to my ex, and he said he don't got any feelings anymore. I was like, can't relate. And there's this guy that likes me, and I don't know if I like him or not, but I'm not gonna use him to get over my ex. I'm just not like that, because I don't want to hurt him. And so, like yesterday, I saw my ex again, and the guy who likes me was there too. And so I was looking at my ex, and then this guy was sitting next to me. He's like, it hurts you to see him. And I was like, what? No. And he's like, yes, it does. You could see it. And then the lights turned off, and so he put his arm over me because he could tell that I was hurting. Like, it was hurting me so much. And I couldn't do nothing about it. You know, I couldn't talk to him because he even said he doesn't want to talk to me today or any other day. So I was just let it be, you know. And so he came, he put his arm like this, and he's like, it's okay, like, it's okay, don't worry about him, just move on, and this and that. And he's like, he doesn't deserve you, you deserve better. And, you know, he thought I was crying when I wasn't. And when I kind of moved because my ex was there and he was gonna see it, and I'm over here so stupid trying to get back with him. I was like, in my head I'm like, okay, if he sees that, he's not gonna want to get back with me, you know. So I just like moved, and he's like, look, just don't look at him because you could tell you're hurt and all this pain you have. Just like leave him and this and that, and you deserve someone better. So, you know, and I was just like, so, I mean, and then his cousins, all his cousins, most of the girls like me, you know, and they like the way we were together. So they were all trying to, it was three of his cousins were trying to get us back together. And I tried talking to him, but he just wasn't listening. And then he said fuck you to me, to one of my worker friends, because my worker friends, like, I came up the stairs and he's like, oh, so and so just said fuck you to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I talked to his cousin, and his cousin's like, he's dumb and this and that. And he's like, but he said like fuck you bitch to you and this and that, because I asked him like what's going on, and he's like, I don't know, but fuck that bitch. I'm Playboy something, you know, I'm Playboy so and so. I was like, are you like fucking serious? But you know, he wants to be a hoe, so hoes are hoes. And you know, I mean, I just let it be, you know. So I texted his cousin when I got home, like when my stepdad picked me up. I was like, text him, but make sure he's awake. And so then he did, you know. And then his cousin, I had noticed that like our streaks were gone, because we had streaks while we were dating. And so I noticed our streaks, it had 0, and streaks never start with 0. So I was like, I think he blocked me. And then he's like, his cousin's like, he said he did, and he said he don't want nothing to do with you. And I was like, oh, so then I have to move on now. And he's like, yeah, he's dumb. And I was like, and then he's like, he's something where I'm gonna find someone and be happy, and then his cousin's gonna come back to me, like running back to me, and then that he's gonna get fucked, like not like that, but like, you know, someone's gonna screw him over, some girl, you know, one of these hoes is gonna screw him over, and then, you know, he's gonna realize he fucked up, and you know, he's like, he's missing out on someone that not every girl has, like something that not every girl has. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I just want him to be happy, and hopefully I'm happy soon. So, you know, and I just have to live with the regret of never asking if we can go. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe if we're back in a room together and we could talk again, maybe it'll change his mind, you know, because hoes are hoes. Hoes don't stay with you. Like, damn, I don't know what you don't understand, but they will mess around, and I hope he gets cheated on, but then I don't, because I don't wish things like that upon someone else. And I'm not gonna say he's a douchebag or nothing, or he fucked up, because in his opinion he didn't. So like, I guess he didn't, you know. And I'm over here like thinking, okay, maybe I do deserve someone better, maybe someone that deserves someone better. I'm here, you know. So I mean, I don't know, it's gonna take me some time to move on, but slowly but surely getting there, you know. I'm starting to move on. It's starting to look great for me, you know. I'm trying to, you know, stay out more, get my mind distracted, you know. So my mom, she took me out today. I went to my hangout spot, Jumping World, and one of my worker friends was there. So she got off at 9, and I was like, oh, do you want to go walk around the carnival? So we did. We got on some rides, and she left, and so I left, and then you know, So my mind, it's, you know, everywhere. But as long as I'm not staying home in bed thinking about one person, no. So next week we're going to like Pleasure Pier, the beach and stuff. So, you know, as long as I'm not, you know, stuck on